Hey guys, just wanted to share this story with you. 30th of June 2014, and we're on the bbc.co.uk website. I'm sure some of you have heard of this, I'm sure some of you haven't. Facebook emotion experiment sparks criticism. Facebook said it conducted the study to gauge users' response to content. Now, I'm not on Facebook, and there's many reasons why I refuse to be on Facebook. And this just goes onto my list of reasons why I'm not going to ever use Facebook. Facebook is facing criticism after it emerged it had conducted a psychology experiment on nearly 700,000 users without their knowledge. The test saw Facebook manipulate news feeds to control which emotional expressions the user was exposed to. So basically, they're giving you fake news. Yeah, they're manipulating the news. They're giving you fake news to see what your reaction is going to be. See what you do once you've been exposed to it. I wonder if that fake news included things like the Woolwich attack in London. That false flag there. I wonder if that was included in their news feed. I wonder if Sandy Hook was included in their news feed. Yeah? And the Boston bombing. I wonder if that was in the manipulated news feeds. Facebook said there was no unnecessary collection of people's data. Really? None of the data used was associated with a specific person's Facebook account, the social networking giant added. Whatever, Facebook. Yeah, whatever. This experiment they're doing, it looks like it's come straight out of the Tavistock handbook. Yeah. Cornell University and the University of California at San Francisco were involved in the study. So they've got universities involved with this. There's a lot of people who knew what was going on, it would seem. That just shows me how, and shows you too, how easy it is to hide shit, yeah? Because this must have involved quite a few people. They knew that they were doing this. Some have criticised the way research was conducted and raised concern over the impact such studies could have. Let's call the Facebook experiment what it is, a symptom of a much wider failure to think about ethics, power and consent on platforms. Right? Ethics, power and consent. Did anybody give Facebook the permission to give you fake news stories just so they would be able to judge your reaction and see what you did on an emotional level? Yeah, that's twisted. Facebook secretly experiments on users to try and make them sad. What could go wrong? That's from Lauren Weinstein. That's what she tweeted, whoever that is. Meanwhile, Labour MP Jim Sheridan, a member of the Commons Media Select Committee, has called for an investigation into the matter. Yeah, who's going to investigate it, I wonder? I wonder if it will be Facebook themselves that investigate it. Or maybe they'll give the job to one of the universities that are involved. Yeah, got to investigate this properly. This is extraordinarily powerful stuff. And if there is not already legislation on this, then there should be to protect people. They are manipulating material from people's personal lives, and I am worried about the ability of Facebook and others to manipulate people's thoughts in politics or other areas. I'd call that propaganda. That shit's been going on for a long time. Okay? If people are being thought controlled in this kind of way, there needs to be protection, and they at least need to know about it. If they are thought controlled, you know, look how they are writing it. You know what thought controlled is? That's mind control. Yeah? People on Facebook are being mind controlled. It's blatant. Okay? Thought control. Oh. This is straight from Tavistock, I'm telling you. If you don't know who Tavistock is and what they do, you better find out, especially if you're on Facebook, okay? However, Catherine Sledge-Moore, a psychology professor at Elmhurst College, Illinois, said, based on what Facebook does with their newsfeed, all of the time and based on what we've agreed to by joining Facebook, this study really isn't that out of the ordinary. The results are not even that alarming or exciting. Excuse me? What? Based on what Facebook does with their newsfeed all the time and based on what we've agreed to by joining Facebook, the study really isn't that out of the ordinary. What is she talking about? The results are not even that alarming or exciting. Excuse me, you are controlling people's mind to see what their emotions are doing. Alarming? That is alarming in itself. Exciting? What, to be raping people's minds and controlling how they feel on an emotional level? Exciting. The research was conducted on 689,000 Facebook users over a period of 1 week in 2012. I wonder if that would have been, be interesting to find out which week that was. I wonder if that was anything to do with December the 21st or maybe May, the Mayan crap that was supposed to happen. According to the report on the study, the experiment manipulated the extent to which people were exposed to emotional expressions in their newsfeed. The study found that users who had fewer negative stories in their newsfeed were less likely to write a negative post, and vice versa. Right, so what they're saying here, yeah? The study found that users who had fewer negative stories in their news feed were less likely to write a negative post, and vice versa. So that's the reason they were doing it, was it? So if you read a piece of news that's negative news, is your post going to be positive? For example, Rolf Harris today, how much is that on Facebook? What are people writing about that? It's a negative story. Therefore, the post that someone is going to write is going to be negative. Do you really have to secretly do covert tests on YouTube to find that out? It's not YouTube, sorry. It was probably happening on YouTube too. But do you have to do tests like that on Facebook just to find out that if somebody reads a negative story, they're going to write a negative post? Really? This is just an excuse, right, to go into people's minds. And I'm sure when they're talking about there's got to be something done about this. This is going to be something to do with us guys posting stories and news about real news, okay, such as things like Sandy Hook being a false flag, the Woolwich attack in London being an absolute load of bullshit false flag, Boston Marathon. I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. The Boston Marathon, yeah, another false flag. People who talk about the truth for 9/11, which we all know is another false flag, yeah? Are they going to try to stop people actually putting their own news maybe on their feed on Facebook? Is it really got something to do with that, you know? I don't see how they can manipulate your feed on Facebook. Someone needs to get back to me because I don't really understand Facebook. And I was on it for a little while and I did delete it. Sort of, I wasn't on it long at all, really. I deleted that. When was that? Back in 2010 I deleted it, I do believe. And I was on it from late 2008 to March 2010. So I really didn't use it for that long. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand the way it was making me become. Couldn't stand the way how I could see people I knew changing on it. Couldn't stand the way how it was making... Well, it started to make me very vain and a little materialistic. Yeah, that's what Facebook did. It started to make me show off. And it started to make me care too much about stuff that I think people need to be seeing this and people need to be seeing. And you can see it all around you, you know, people posting pictures of their food and stuff and, you know, telling everyone where they are every 2 seconds. You know, Facebook has been a great help for MI5 and MI6 and CIA and NSA and all the other fucking alphabet agencies that love to get into our minds. Yeah, Facebook has been of great value to them. It really has. And people just willingly give their information. And whilst you're willingly giving your information, they're you know, without your consent, they're raping your mind. It's thought, you know, thought control. That's mind control. They are controlling your mind on Facebook. Okay, so double check what's on your feed and just be aware of that. But I'm also telling you that this has got a lot to do with truthers posting stuff as well. And I'm sure something is going to be changed now, and they're going to do something towards that, and us posting news and stuff like that. It's not news that we post, okay? It's something that's going on around us in our world, in our life, to do with everyone, society. We have, and I will keep saying this, we have every single right, okay, to talk about things that are happening in society and things that we think are wrong, things that we see are fake. Yeah, we've got every right to discuss it. So don't you let anyone ever stop you from using your mind, critical thinking, and speaking about it. We are free humans on this earth, okay? We have a voice. Certainly, I'm talking for myself now. I have a voice. I have a tongue in my mouth. I have a vocal cords that I use, yeah? And I have a brain that I think with. And I have every right on earth to vocalise my thoughts just like everybody else does, okay? But you have no right to come along and manipulate what we are seeing just so that you can gauge the way we are going to think and what we're doing with our emotions, yeah? Facebook needs to step the fuck back out of people's heads, right? And this is a disgusting story. And this is, guys, another reason why you need to just listen, you know, have some balls. Delete your Facebook. You are not going to die. I'm proof of that. Without Facebook, you still exist. And you exist in a much better way, I'm telling you, than you do when you're on Facebook. The amount of wars Facebook has started, okay? The amount of attacks because of Facebook, the amount of bullying because of Facebook, the amount of marital affairs because of Facebook. It's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. People just live their lives saying, right, what can I post on my Facebook? What can I post on my Facebook? Nobody's liked my post. Nobody's liked my post. Nobody's talking to me. It leaves a lot of people depressed. It really does. Delete your Facebook. Have some balls and delete your Facebook.